Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the most amazing, the most incredible, the most fantastic, the most well-known sports podcast in the world today. No one does it better. Absolutely no one. And by the way, I'm very humble about this. I just want everyone to know it's not bragging. This is just fact. This is the What's on Sports podcast, brought to you by the great people at What's on Sports. My name is John Todora, and of course, I am your host today. I'm probably one of the most infamous gamblers in America today, mainly for the fact that most gamblers win and lose, and I never seem to lose. That's the great part about me. Joining me as my sidekick, as my guest, as my co-host, whatever you'd like to call him today, he is the editor-in-chief of What's on Sports. That's whatsonsports.com. His name is Michael Schussler. He is not a legend yet, but he is so close. So close. Really working on it. Michael, how are you today?
I'm doing well, John. How are you? You say I'm not a legend yet? Depends on who you ask and about what. And like you said, this podcast is just absolutely huge. Over 1 million listeners right now. Don't check the live stream. It's not accurate, but
well, the good part about the podcasting world is that you record and then people can download it later and listen. So,
where can they download
time goes on, well, you can download this podcast at absolutely any one of your favorite podcast places. Now, my personal favorite place is to download this on iTunes. And according to statistics, most people will download their podcast on iTunes. Surprisingly, for some reason, I think like 86% of all podcasts are downloaded from iTunes, which is weird because I know that 86% of people do not own iPhones or iMacs. That's a very bizarre thing to me. There you go. We learned something today. Thanks for joining us. It was great to have you guys along here.
I would have thought it was more, because Apple, it's almost like sheep. When Apple puts out a new product, everyone goes and buys it, and everyone's loyal to Apple and their Macs, which aren't even nice. Like, I don't even use Macs. I don't have Apple. Hate Apple. I don't get it. So that is surprising.
Absolutely love it.
I bet you do.
That could be our first debate of the day. So what I think when it comes down to computers, whatever you've been using is what you want to continue to use.
Okay.
And I think that's sort of where you are. You've probably been a PC / Android guy for a long time. I've been a Mac guy. Everything else looks like it's like, do I really want to learn how to do that? So I kind of stick to what I know. It's kind of like sports fans,
Sure.
where you are a Ravens fan and I'm a Steelers fan. We're both well aware of the fact that the Steelers are better than the Ravens, yet you continue to be a Ravens fan. So
I have taste.
Hard to change bad habits.
You like the Steelers, you like Apple. It's like you just like everything that people tell you to like and tell you that's good. So I kind of think my own way, and I don't take everything for face value. I don't.
Sure. Sure.
That's just me. And maybe I wasn't fortunate enough financially to have 1,000 Apple products growing up, so I didn't get used to iOS.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. You used every trick in the book there to not talk about the fact that Ben Roethlisberger is the offensive player of the week. People at home listening on the podcast cannot see this, but I prepared a little slide here. So whenever I feel like it throughout the show, I can just say, hey, Michael, don't forget, Ben Roethlisberger was offensive player of the week.
Yeah, well, hey, throw that back up there. Throw that back up for a second.
Sure. Just really quick.
Yeah, there he is. Now,
handsome, right?
Hey, of course. I mean, look at that.
And we're done. We're done talking about it. Let's talk about what's going to happen on. I know you're going to try to tear it apart, but and it's a great week for Ben, so you're not going to do that. Let's talk about what's actually going to happen on this show, though, because we've got a big show planned. We're going to talk about the current NFL picture, and it's kind of murky. It's out there. There is some controversy around John Gruden and a bus, and we're going to go into that, and we're going to see how you feel about that. I have a strange feeling I already know, but I could be wrong. I think I know how you feel about that. We're going to talk about our Thursday night preview. Huge game Thursday night. You just wrote an interesting article, which can be found on whatsonsports.com, which is called the Jack Wagon of the Week. Every week you pick out a new person who has basically been the jerk of the week. It's done something dumb, and you pick it out. We've got a new segment on the show called Fact or Fake News. And then to wrap up the show, I want everyone to stick around because the last part of the show will always try to make you some money. Now, Michael is somewhat of a fantasy expert. He's had a fantastic year. He has been on a roll, and he usually writes an article that comes out on Friday on what's on sports.com. It will be coming out on Friday, but this will be the preview of that article. So it's information before anybody sees it, before anybody can get it, and it could make you a lot of money.